Men will try to test your celibacy. Certain men will hear you say celibacy and hear shalom. Everybody is not going to be on the same page with you, and that is perfectly fine. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of why you made the best decision that you ever could have in your life by being celibate. 1, you're more focused, you're more energized, your clarity is as clear as day, and you can make better decisions. Period. You can make better decisions. Sex has been taken off the table. You don't have to be concerned about being confused about things. You're not emotional. Your mental is very, very clear. You know exactly what you want. And your judgment isn't clouded. So you winning. 2, you now have an open doorway to establish a real foundation for a real connection, for something that you may really, really want, which is the ideal relationship you want, where there's communication. You know that person knows you very well. And you can make your way towards the goal, the ultimate goal, marriage. At this stage, you are not clouded. Your judgment isn't clouded. Your clarity is clear. You can make a decision whether this person will be toxic and a waste of time, or you're winning because you found somebody who can potentially and qualify that. Let's say that one more time. Qualify to be your husband. Good job, girl. Good job. We doing it out here. 3, celibacy promotes high self-esteem and self-care. Again, sex complicates things in so many ways. How many times have you been intimate with someone and you found yourself acting out of character or confused, or you're wondering why your partner is acting different, or you feel like your partner is acting different? He may not even be acting different, or he could be because of the sex being involved. Who knows? When you aren't having sex, you don't have that problem. You're really secure within yourself when you haven't given your body up to someone. When you give your body up, you open yourself up to a soul tie. You open yourself up to the confusion. You open yourself up to being overly concerned about what this person is thinking and how they are acting. When you don't incorporate sex at all, and you bring sex into play, you find yourself on a different type of platform in your mind. And it's like this person hasn't taken that part from you. They're working towards earning that. See, when you take sex off of the table, you allow yourself and your potential partner to respect you and to really get to know you for your mind and who you are before they get your body. It just... 4, you don't have to worry about STIs. You don't have to worry about STDs. You're concerned about contracting something. You don't have to worry about that. You aren't putting yourself out there in a way where you have to be concerned about your status. 5, the enjoyment when you do finally have sex. Out of this world, because you and your partner waited. You waited. Now, some may ask me the question, how long should I wait? How long should I hold out? That's why you have to know your why. I decided to be celibate at 31, around 31. And when I ended up falling for somebody, I ended up going back because my why wasn't strong enough. I just decided I'm just tired of the rigmarole. I just don't want to have sex. I don't want to, do all that stuff. But the moment that I ended up falling for somebody so hard, and I really cared about this person, it didn't work out because once I fell, my why wasn't as strong as to why I decided to be celibate to begin with. So once that person had came into my life, I had felt for them, and I ended up going back on being celibate because I liked them so much and I wanted to show them. When you really care about somebody, There are multiple ways in showing a person that you really care about them, and you don't have to have sex to do that. But my focus of building that foundation was blurred by the sex, which caused me to be way too emotional, and it kind of just blew up in my face. When I went back to being celibate, my why is because I want to build a real connection with someone. I want them to appreciate me for who I am, and I want marriage. I want my life partner. I want to know that he qualifies to be my life partner and husband. And I want to make sure that I qualify for what he's looking for in a wife and a life partner as well. So that's just know your why. Okay, guys. Now that we went through why it's a great decision to choose to be celibate, let's focus on how to maneuver being celibate while you date. A lot of men, the moment that they hear celibacy or that you're being abstinent, they run as quick as they find out, or they switch on you. Normally, these type of men, if they do that, they're not the type of men that you would want to entertain anyway. Here are some suggestions to help you maneuver with dating while being celibate. So here's suggestion number 1. Avoid temptation at all costs. When I say avoid temptation, make sure that you're not doing a Netflix and chill with him. Don't go over to this man's house. Don't let this man come over to your house unless you know for a fact that you clinking it up. Like it's no way possible that this is going to happen for you. When you are getting to know someone, especially if you both are very attracted to each other, the chemistry is high, the passion is high. You already know if you guys are alone, you will be touching a little bit. He will, make his way to sit beside you. He may even put his arm around you and you get comfortable. Then the temptations start to evolve. Make sure that you go on dates. Make sure that he takes you out. It's not about using a man and, every time he has to see you, he has to take you out. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If a man really likes you, taking you out on dates and properly courting you shouldn't be a problem. If it's a problem, then maybe you should reconsider dating this person. If you are dating a man that loves to cook and he's taking you out on quite a few dates, and now he wants to invite you over so he can cook you a nice dinner, or he would love to come over and cook you a nice dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. We're grown. If you are entitled to go enjoy the dinner, but I advise you, do not sleep over. That's common sense, but a lot of us have felt for the okie doke. Do not sleep over. Make sure that you go over there early enough for a nice dinner, and you leave early enough to make your exit. Okay, next suggestion. You may be wondering, with me being celibate, when should I tell him that I'm celibate? It depends on your personal situation. Everyone is different. I wouldn't right off the bat tell him, "Hi, my name is Charlene and I'm celibate." I would not tell a man when we first start to get to know each other. To be honest with you, sex should not even be one of the first topics when you're getting to know someone. If it is, then I hate to tell you, don't expect this to go anywhere. Don't expect it to go anywhere if sex is one of your first topics. I wouldn't even bring it up in the very beginning. I think the perfect time, and again, this may vary depending on your situation and you and your partner or potential partner. I would say bringing up celibacy around the third or fourth date would be appropriate. I really do, because by that time you guys hopefully would have had some very important conversations to kind of get the ball rolling with getting to know each other. And I would not prolong it past that, because you have to respect that other person enough to let them know, hey, this is where I am with this. You either respect it or you don't. I wouldn't fear possibly losing that person, because again, if this person is for you, knowing that you're celibate is not something to run them off. Next suggestion, be prepared to get ghosted. I know that's kind of not part of what you wanted to hear in this video, but be prepared to get ghosted. Understand that everyone is not going to be on the same path with you. Everyone's not going to respect your decision, especially when it comes to men. If he indeed ghosted you, take that as a blessing, because you will not be wasting your time with somebody who was just in it to hit it, basically. They were just waiting for the opportunity. They felt like, okay, she said she's celibate. We'll see. We'll see how far that goes. Certain men will try to test your celibacy. Certain men will hear you say celibacy and hear challenge. And they'll stick around until they really see, oh shoot, she really is celibate. She really is abstaining from sex. And then they'll leave. Basically, again, everybody is not going to be on the same page with you, and that is perfectly fine. You're not doing this for them. You're doing this for your why. Now, if you need to remember your why, we need to go back to the beginning of this video and write it down and rewatch this video until you understand your why and why you're being celibate. Next suggestion, get an accountability partner. It is very important to have an accountability partner, whether that's your sister, cousin, best friend, homegirl, it doesn't matter. Now, you don't have to have a whole bunch of accountability partners. You don't need everybody in your business telling you their opinions on why you decide to be celibate, and girl, you're not going to make that, and I couldn't do that. No, your accountability partner is going to be somebody who's going to support your decision and that agrees with your decision and respects it. Well, not even agree with your decision, but respects your decision. Okay, let's say you finally met the one. He's willing to wait for you. He's on the same page with you. And it's the most ideal situation. It's time to start setting boundaries. Now, we have set a few boundaries in the beginning when we were getting to know this person. But now that you both have decided, okay, I'm interested in you in that way, you're interested in me, and I want to court you. Like, I want to continue courting you. I want to continue dating you. That's the stage that you're currently at with him, right? That's awesome. Now you need to start setting solid boundaries. Because what we're doing now, we need to maintain that celibacy. We need to protect that celibacy. Although that you're starting to care about this person, and this person is reciprocating, this person is consistent, this person is attentive, that's perfect. But now we need to make sure that you and your partner now stays on track. In order to stay on track, that may involve his house past a certain time. That may involve avoiding the bedroom. That may also even mean avoiding kissing in certain areas, especially at a certain age. Like if you're in your 30s, that tension will start to build. Oh, and it will build and build and build, especially when you really are into someone. That tension is out of this world. So boundaries are very, very, very important. Again, you have to know your why. Why are you doing this? You have to establish the why and roll with it. When you decide to be celibate, it puts you on a different mental plane. A different mental plane. It's a different type of confidence that you have within yourself. You have like this discipline about you. So you start in your mind, you start to realize, if I can withhold from sex, and I can fight these urges. I can do anything. I can make anything happen. With all that being said, I am so proud of you for making that decision to love yourself. Not saying that people who have sex don't love themselves, but the fact that you decided that you were going to abstain from sex for your bigger picture is a beautiful thing. And I definitely respect it and welcome. And I just wish you nothing but the best on your journey.